Thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Roberts. Elders in Nunavut often have to travel thousands of kilometers away from home to receive treatment. But that will soon change for elders in the Nunavut region. A new long-term care facility is on the way in Cambridge Bay. Mahnur Mubarak has more on the groundbreaking event.
The Tundra Turning event was marked with shovels breaking ground at the future site of a 24-bed long-term care center, as well as speeches from the Premier, ministers, and other representatives. The center will help elders who need the highest level of care to be able to stay at home rather than having to fly out of the territory for treatment. Officials would not share any details on the cost of the facility. Wayne Gregory is the mayor of Cambridge Bay. He spoke about the need for a long-term care center there.
For many years, we've had our elders throughout the Kitikmeot region living very far away. And now we get to bring the elders back home.
John Main is the Minister of Health. He says the center will be grounded in Inuit culture.
We want to have Inuktitut spoken or Inuit spoken as much as possible in the facility. We want to see Inuit food, Inuit culture in terms of the activities for residents.
The previous government awarded a design contract for a center in the Kitikmeot region more than 6 years ago. Main says construction is expected to begin next year and that he hopes it will be ready for use roughly 3 years from now. Mahnur Mubarak, CBC News, Iqaluit.
A search for a missing person in Fort Resolution, Northwest Territories continues. The boater was last seen on Wednesday when he left Tolson Bay to travel to Fort Resolution. The following day, his empty boat was found on Mission Island. A witness says he was not wearing a life jacket. RCMP say the Canadian Rangers have been given an extension to continue looking for the 35-year-old for another 2 days. Community volunteers and helicopter patrols are on the water and land. Search and rescue is using remote piloted aircrafts. Wildfires continue to threaten communities in the Northwest Territories. Some evacuees are returning home, while residents elsewhere are preparing to leave at any moment. The CBC's Yasmin Manea reports.
An emotional homecoming. Residents of Wati are back in their community after a raging wildfire forced some 600 people out for a week.
It's good to be back home.
They're grateful for the firefighters who protected their properties.
If it wasn't for you guys, tired, endless fighting, wouldn't have a community to come home to.
Officials say no structures were lost, but the fire is still smoldering just kilometers away, so crews conducted a controlled backburn to create a buffer zone around the community.
It was a bit scary because it was just a big fireball, and it's a good thing we had the north wind, or they wouldn't have never done the backburn.
And the work is not over.
We got to do our due diligence, do our hotspot checks every day, making sure nothing's jumped the river.
While the firefighters work, volunteers like Luisa Nitsiza stayed behind to feed them.
They eat gold, they like it, they're happy. Every day they say thank you.
Residents say they're excited to get back on the land.
Right now, I was supposed to be out in the bush, probably doing some fishing.
Further southwest, the tiny community of Jean Marie River is on evacuation alert as a wildfire inches closer to a critical highway and ferry crossing.
We had built a line with fire retardant and been hitting that area with helicopters a lot over the past few days.
A fire also continues to burn near Fort Providence. About 700 residents have been out of their homes since August 31st, but the hamlet is working on a return plan.
I don't think it'll be past Thursday of this week. Everybody should be home.
The mayor of Fort Providence says crews must take down structure protection systems, block off any potentially dangerous areas, and restore essential services before people are allowed back. Yasmin Ranea, CBC News, Yellowknife.
Yasmin introduced you to some of the evacuees from Wati who made a joyful return to the community this weekend. Here's more from them on why they're happy to be home.
And I'm really happy to be back. And I'm so glad that all my people, the people of Wati, are happy back. It's good to be back home. I miss my house. Yeah, it's good to be back. So we're all okay. My kids are okay. So it's good to be back. So
It feels awesome. Feels awesome to be home. You know, I missed this community for a week and just a little chaotic back Yellowknife and where the evacuees were staying, but it's good to be home.
Oh, I feel so proud because, you know, in Yellowknife there's so many people, too many traffics, but everything was going okay. They have a good festival, have good drum dances, hang games, all cultural activities, singing, and they do all kinds of entertainment. It was good. But then, you know, it makes us feel so proud to be back to, you know, this is where we belong. Us. You can see nice beaches there, and the fire didn't really touch the house, anything. Make us feel so proud that who we are, you know, Apache people, you know.
For the crew that did stay behind, Brian Dolcom and Lee Romy, and I seen Sean Moose Nose, Kelly, Walter, and the boys, and whoever I did forget to mention, thank you from the bottom of my heart. What's the for that?
Though the evacuees from Wati are now home, there are still communities across Canada under threat from wildfires. Now, an iconic Canadian water bomber is on the production line for the first time in almost a decade. The demand for these planes is growing as wildfires continue to spread in North America and Europe. Josh McLean has that story.
At this Calgary factory, a work in progress. This will be a DHC 515 firefighter, the first of its kind to be built in nearly 10 years.
It's really exciting for us to be bringing the aircraft back into production.
The original design dates back to the 1960s. It's also known as a super scooper, and you can see why. A workhorse for fighting wildfires in Canada and Europe.
That's why they've been very popular in Canada, because of the amount of lakes that we have. They've been very popular in Europe because you have the Mediterranean.
Bombardier stopped production in 2015. De Havilland acquired the rights not long after, resuming production on a modernized version last October, and buyers are lining up.
We expect more fire in the future, more intense fire in the future, which is difficult, challenging to impossible to extinguish some of these fires if they get large. So we need a strategy to deal with this new reality.
European countries have ordered the first 22 aircraft. Manitoba and Ontario plan to buy some too, but those planes won't be taking off until 2030 at the earliest. A worrying timeline for some as Canada's existing fleet ages.
We've got 5 years of what I call, you know, spit and baling wire to keep the CL-215s in the air.
Water bombers can buy you time, especially when the conditions are extreme like we've been seeing, hot, dry, and windy. They buy you that time to get a handle on the fire. So that's the best use, and we have a shortage.
De Havilland says it will ramp up production if there is enough demand for their planes.
We're anticipating somewhere up to 11 a year, but if there are significant orders that come in, we're going to challenge ourselves to produce more to satisfy the demand.
For now, Canadian fire agencies will have to make do with what they have until these aircraft can take to the skies. Josh McLean, CBC News, Calgary.
In the Yukon, the territorial government has made its first payment towards a marine services dock in Skagway, Alaska. It'll allow companies mining in the Yukon to ship minerals from Alaska. The municipality of Skagway recently approved a proposal that would allow the Yukon to pay for permitting. But some are concerned about what they see as a lack of transparency around the project. Katrin Pilkington reports.
Opposition parties have criticized the deal with Skagway. Yukon Party mining critic Scott Kent supports access to tidewater, but is confused about the timing of this announcement and worries it's rushed.
You know, what we've seen is the Liberals ignore this file for years, and then now we see the minister who is about to retire scrambling to get something done on at what is beyond the 11th hour. So we're not sure if this what they're applying for permits for is something that will work functionally for the industry.
Yukon NDP leader Kate White says it doesn't make sense for taxpayers to foot a $40 million bill without having more information about the project. She says Yukoners are tired of paying for the mining industry.
Yukoners are currently paying the cost of the Eagle Mine disaster. Yukoners are currently paying, for the cleanup at the Wolverine mine, and that is the issue that I continue to have. And so if there's a business case, which I would hope there would be before a government would make a decision to spend this kind of money, I think Yukoners should be able to see it.
White also expressed concern about the deal in light of current Canada-U.S. relations. But Minister of Economic Development Ranj Pillay says any uncertainty is just another reason to go ahead.
If there is still going to be a challenge with the relationship going into the future, it's incredibly important for Canada to diversify its markets, both to Europe and to Asia. It is so important to be able to have access to tidewater, to be able to ship product that is produced in the Yukon.
The permitting process is expected to take up to 2 years, at which point a new government will decide whether to move ahead. Katrin Pilkington, CBC News, Whitehorse.
The future is everything. Stories of incredible ingenuity, dedication, and some extraordinary teamwork. This is parenthood.
Take a voyage with me to the vast, remote, most extreme place on Earth.
For many, this will be a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Where the effects of climate change are intensifying.
The poles are a very rapidly changing place.
And geopolitical cracks threaten peace and stability.
Do you think there's a security concern?
I definitely do.
Experience the historic all-Canadian mission. CBC in Antarctica. Watch free on CBC Gem.
Want to get the most out of CBC News? Use the app or cbcnews.ca for live breaking news on the stories that matter to you. Whether it's local, national, or around the world, turn to CBC News.
It makes sense that they get a larger share, or does it?
Welcome to the Greenbelt.
All of this, just single detached homes?
Yes.
What do we know? I think we can explain.
About that with Andrew Chang.
Although the NBA currently is flooded with Canadian players, this was not a reality.
A new immigration law.
This story, it's directly tied to all of those families who made a brave choice to come to this country.
My favorite word.
Tariff! How seriously are you taking this threat?
It's the uncertainty that's the biggest issue.
Canada, we got you.
Elbows up!
Advocates for women's sexual and reproductive health services in the Yukon are calling for change. They want a better space for the territory's only dedicated abortion clinic. The Opal Clinic has been operating out of Whitehorse General Hospital for several years, but it was recently moved into a smaller space within the hospital already used by another service. The Yukon Status of Women Council's executive director says having to share a space infringes on patient privacy and puts the clinic operations at risk.
I think that there is a strong chance that services would pause or would have to stop due to the confidentiality concerns, the safety concerns of the current location. And ultimately what we would see is an increased cost for all of us in our healthcare, because if you're looking at 1 in 3 women needing an abortion, we can assume that extends to Yukoners as well. So all of those folks are going to be sent outside of the Yukon for that care. If you're a Yukoner who's in need of, unfortunately, miscarriage management, you could be sent to Vancouver instead of being able to manage that here at home and to be able to be with your loved ones, be with your spouse, your family, your other children, perhaps.
Last week, the Yukon Status of Women Council sent a letter to Territorial Health Minister Tracy Ann McPhee, as well as the Minister of Women and Gender Equity, Jeannie McLean. The council is asking them to add abortion services to the Yukon Hospital Corporation's mandate. LaMarche says that would empower the corporation to find a better space for the Opal Clinic. The letter was endorsed by 20 other organizations and individuals who work with women and gender diverse people. Questions swirled around oversight and transparency in hearings over the Auditor General's public housing report at Nunavut's legislature last week. TJ Deere has the details.
In response to a question from an MLA, NCC Development said they didn't have enough resources when Nunavut 3000 was created. But President and CEO Clarence Sinnard says things have changed since October 2022.
Prior to that and continuing on after that date, we continuously worked on building up our team to be able to deliver on the contracts that we had agreed to with Nunavut Housing Corp.
The Nunavut government's Oversight Committee also discussed who provides public housing units to Nunavummiut who need them most. Local housing organizations, or LHOs, assign units and send reports to the Nunavut Housing Corporation. LHOs are overseen by and receive funding and support from NHC, but Okumuut MLA Mary Kalikti was concerned that the corporation was overstepping, taking authority away from LHOs to decide who gets public units.
The boards in our communities seem to have less responsibility, where you have taken on most of that responsibility. So are you the main decision makers to say yes or no to allotments?
NHC President and CEO Aaron Devereaux said there's no plan to switch the current governance structure. Deputy Auditor General Andrew Hayes said more transparency is required from NHC, but that didn't seem to happen during the hearings last week.
I find it puzzling that they haven't been able to give you simple answers like the number of allocations that have been made, like the number of rejections. If they know exactly what's happening, that should be very simple to provide to this committee.
NHC said it agrees with the Auditor General's recommendations, but Hayes cautioned that allocating units should be done fairly and with transparency in the future. TJ Deere, CBC News, Iqaluit.
CBC News is getting exclusive access to Canada's annual military exercises in the Arctic. Operation Nanook has grown in importance and urgency as a warming climate and melting ice makes the North more attractive to foreign powers. David Common shows us scenarios the Canadian Armed Forces are learning to handle.
In Canada's far north, military helicopters are bound for a mountaintop. This area, so vast, an oil tanker spotted below is just a blip on the horizon. It is just the latest in an ever-expanding list of ships up here as climate change opens up these waters. At the mountain peak, the Griffin helicopter lands gingerly and ejects a small team of soldiers. They will live on this land for days at a time, watching out to the waterway below, because there are adversaries of Canada, China and Russia in particular, who are very interested in this region. There is certainly risk to these troops, alone, isolated, exposed, and in freezing temperatures. But their job is guarding against risks below. For instance, what if an oil tanker should sink or run aground? It's a disaster that Canada's Coast Guard here is practicing for, pulling a protective boom which would contain a spill of any kind.
What is the risk if you can't contain?
Of course, in the Arctic, there's minimal resources and infrastructure, and so the impacts of a large spill or potential pollution event in the Arctic could be very significant.
It also means that response time could be days, at least. It's why ships are required to carry their own equipment and deploy it should they leak or spill contaminants. The question, though, is whether cargo vessels would actually do that, especially in such a vast area where it may seem few are watching. On the bridge of HMCS William Hall, one of the Navy's newest vessels, the crew must watch for ice even in summer.
Went back with the tide.
Sub-Lieutenant Eric Muir-Cressman says vessel traffic up here has exploded with climate change warming waters and melting ice. But it's also made ice more unpredictable. And with that comes risk.
That it's so random where the ice actually is converging and forming, that those routes that used to be fairly consistent, like you can get through here at this time of year, they're jam-packed with ice. Or one that you thought was closed is completely open.
That was David Common reporting from Pond Inlet, Nunavut. A company in Rankin Inlet is hoping Ottawa will fast-track its project to bring clean energy and reliable internet to Nunavut. The project would connect 7 Nunavut communities to Manitoba's electric grid and fiber optic network. The aim is to end reliance on diesel generators and foreign-owned satellite services. The CEO of Nunavut Corporation says planning has been underway since 2018, but with the new Building Canada Act, the proposal could move faster as a project of national interest.
It will be a complete game changer in terms of opening an unprecedented era of economic growth for the Arctic that has been completely unleveraged for a long, long time. I'm talking about jobs. I'm talking about GDP contributions above $3 billion during construction alone, and also leveraging the Port of Churchill.
Audouin says if approved, the project could transform life in the Arctic by delivering clean power, faster connectivity, and economic growth. All of this while strengthening Canada's sovereignty in the north. A cargo ship has run aground in the Northwest Passage. The Thamesborg is currently stranded off Nunavut's Prince of Wales Island. The ship got stuck on Saturday after passing through the Franklin Strait. No crew members were injured and no spills have been reported. That's according to Wagenborg, the Dutch company that owns the ship. The freighter was carrying industrial carbon blocks from China to Quebec. 2 Canadian Coast Guard ships are assisting the crew and making a plan to move the vessel. The company says it doesn't know how the ship ran aground. The community of Baker Lake, Nunavut will soon have a new way to access a fishing area on Prince River. The access road to Akilahajuk is near completion. The area is an ancient fishing spot, and the road has been in the making for a year. The mayor of Baker Lake says the road will make it much easier for residents to access the area.
The place is called Akilahajuk. It is used every springtime for fishing. It is about 12 to 13 kilometers from Baker Lake. Everyone from Baker Lake uses that area, and the road is expected to be completed at the end of September.
Once the road is completed, it'll accommodate most consumer vehicles. The mayor says Akilahajuk is particularly known for its char and trout fishing. Yukon's Mountain View Golf Course is all dug up. It is necessary work, though. The 18-hole course in Whitehorse is undergoing a multi-million-dollar irrigation replacement. Staff say it's been years in the making, and it comes as interest in the sport soars. The CBC's George Moranis reports.
It's not usually what you see at a golf course, backhoes outnumbering golf carts.
So basically what's being done right now is all the main lines with the hope that basically everything in the ground is being replaced over the next couple of years. It's the system was it is approaching the end of its lifespan. Everything in the ground is 35 to 40 years old, so it's just generally time for a replacement, but it will also make our system much more efficient.
Worth says that will save the course money and reduce the amount of water they use. The project isn't cheap, expected to cost $3 million. The federal and territorial government are splitting the cost 50-50.
We are a public facility. We are a not-for-profit society, which is like a lot of other recreational facilities within the Yukon. So as a not-for-profit society, we are eligible to apply for funding.
Things are going well, and looking forward to getting this done for these guys. It's been a decade, I think, so yeah, everybody's looking forward to this.
What's the most unique element of doing the work you do on a golf course?
I don't know. Kind of wish I would be playing golf instead of working on it.
It was challenging in the beginning. We were doing like one row of sod, and I had to use a hand packer. That was really challenging. But then we figured it out where it's wider so we can fit an actual packer in there, so I don't have to do all the work.
And are you a golfer?
I actually just started. This summer, I went and picked up some clubs at Canadian Tire, and I've gone a couple times.
Staff say the irrigation upgrade comes as popularity in the sport soars, especially within its junior golf program.
As our conditions continue to improve, it's necessary to make sure our infrastructure can match the expectations of us and the golfing public and our members.
Well, the club has had to close some holes in order to get the work complete. Worth says so far the majority of golfers are on board with the project.
Most of the feedback that we've gotten is positive. They see that, it's short-term pain for long-term gain, and really one hole being closed is pretty minor in the big picture. So everybody's been pretty supportive and positive about the impact.
They'll have to be. It isn't expected to be complete until sometime next year. George Moratis, CBC News, Whitehorse.
And that is Northbeat for tonight. For news anytime, go to cbc.ca/north. Thank you for watching. I'm Megan Robbins. Have a good night.
Hi there, Canada. The funny, not so funny thing about the world right now is the thing you maybe didn't see coming.
My favorite word, tariff.
Minimum 10% tariff on all imports.
We're already hearing about layoffs.
He is trying to break us.
So you have questions.
How should Canadians be preparing for that next trip?
How seriously are you taking this threat?
How is Hamilton bracing for tariff impact?
And while your elbows have been up,
elbows up!
For us, it's the sleeves rolled up. Because you need answers. Our journalists countrywide and all over the world are on the case. Canada, we got you. And we are right there, right beside you, trying to make sense of it with you.